Welcome back to my channel. My name's Rebecca. I'm 29 and live in Newcastle, and you are reporting for Beauty Duty. So today is a full face of my current favourites. I had a little poll on my Instagram, and so far this is winning. If it ends up like 50-50 between this and Shop My Stash, I will do and Shop My Stash as well. So I've got heatless. This is how I do heatless curls. I've got a hairband and I wrap my hair around it. Anyway, so I pondered and pondered what I'm going to use in this video, and I think I'm more just going to be like what I gravitate to, because there's favourites that I wear at work, and then there's favourites that I use when I'm like doing a makeup look, and what I'll continuously sort of grab for. So one thing I've been what the hell is wrong with my voice? One thing I've been using a lot and really enjoy at the moment is my Be Perfect Scepter palette. I didn't want to love it as much as I did. It was a gift from my lovely friend Teresa. I didn't want to love it as much as I do purely because there's a bit of drama surrounding Be Perfect and the Vivian being very, very disrespectful to Teresa. So, you know, and her palette was crap. Hers was clearly not of the quality that mine is. But I really enjoy it. There's no doubt in my mind I love this palette. I gravitate towards it to the point where I'm like, choose something else. You've used this enough. But I really love it. I'm looking at the palette. I think I'm going to do some sort of sunsetty eye. Bish bash bosh. Nothing too difficult. Yeah. And then we'll sort of see where we go on from there. I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do for the rest of my face. Stained or dirty? That's the bingo I play with my brushes. Are you stained? Are you dirty? Am I gonna... Who knows? I desperately need to give them a wash. And I'm out of Cinema Secrets. So I'm going to take the more purpley red called Medium Rare out the palette first. And I'm just going to pack this on all over the lid. It's not as dark on the eyes as it appears in the palette, but hey ho. I haven't actually used this colour yet, so I'm just, so far the quality that I've used I really like, so I'm hoping that this is still the same sort of quality. And these sort of like when I use like red or orange on my eye, or like reddy brown, it makes my eyes look very amber, so I find that that's very flattering. Just going to pack this on, nice circular motions. I don't know what sort of shape we're going for. We'll see. So apologies again for not uploading much. I'm just really busy. I'm working full time. I'm like in the throes of wedding planning. I'm literally less than 7 weeks away now until the big day. So that does sort of take priority over everything else, as much as I would like to be able to do it. It's not so much the filming, it's the editing, because you know, if I do a look and just post it to Instagram, I've done the look, that's the end of it. There's no like extra bit I have to do. Whereas if I do it, like film the same look that I would, but film it instead of just take a picture of it, I then have the editing on the other side. So I hope that makes sense. Right, I'm just going to blend this out. This is a Jessup 228 Luxe crease. I use this brush all the bloody time. It is fantastic for my eye shape. Like I have a lot of lid space, like lid between here, but not a lot between crease and brow. And I do have somewhat hooded eyes, not massively, depending on the angle, because my phone's always angled a bit up so you guys can see as much of my eyelid as possible. But yeah, this brush is literally perfect for blending things out. I need a little mirror, I think. What has a mirror in it? I'm still in the process, as I always am, of organising my makeup space. So, yeah, do you have a mirror in? Oh, it does. I'm just going to use this massive bronzer to do my blending. It's just going to be a rough blend at the moment. Nothing too... I mean, you know, this is my kind of shade. That's a nice little rough blend there. And then I'm going to take... Wow, I do not have many available brushes. They are so dirty. And I'm going to take a, what am I going to do? An orange shade called LV. Oh God, how dirty is this brush? I've got to apologise. They're absolutely rank. I'm not great at self-care, and this is like included in self-care, I guess. Oof, that's got a nice bit of pigment to it. I would always say go and look on my looks on Instagram when I post them, because they'll always show the colours a bit truer than on camera. On camera, everything is like a bit washed out. Yeah, that's for sure. Just doing a nice little rounded look. It's probably going to end up in a halo or a half cut crease. I could do a full spotlight. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Let's just get the mattes laid down. I'm currently on a no-buy, a self-imposed no-buy till after the wedding. I'm gutted because obviously Beauty Bay came out with that new palette, and I know it's not expensive, but I just cannot justify spending money on makeup at the moment. It wouldn't be right, you know. So I'm just, yeah, I'm trying to be good. Yeah, because I want to be able to afford these extra special things for the wedding that I want. Like, I just spent a lot of money on an expensive headpiece for that I want for the evening, you know, little things like that. So that's what takes importance at the moment. So I'm going to try and do like these favourites and shop my stashes and things like that. I'm going to blend out with the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH31. Again, rough blend, nothing too precise, because I'm going to do another matte. This is literally going to be something quick and easy, because as I say every time, I would rather not edit for ages. I think I potentially need to start doing one eye on camera, one off camera. I'm not great at doing that, but I do think it would help me a lot. Like when I go in to cut the crease, I think I'm going to do one eye off camera, just to make my life easier, just to expedite the process. And my wiping brushes on my pants. Yes. Have I ruined multiple pairs of sweatpants this way? And pyjama bottoms? Yes. Yes, I have. And I'm going to take yellow, which is called Bubble. You'll notice the further and further out I get on the eye, the bigger and bigger the brushes will get. This is just my personal style of what works for me. I know people that build up the colours with the same like small brushes and then start blending like that. It does not work for me that way. My eyes are, so I need to colour blend, you know. Oh, this is a nice yellow, I have to say. And I have a real hard time getting yellows to show up on my eyes. So I'm just going back into the first colour that I used, which is medium rare. And I'm just going to re-intensify again. Literally just to get rid of that harsh line. I need another one of these brushes. They're so bloody nice. Jessup brushes, man, like, they are excellent. Don't sleep on them. I'll link these down below, and if I forget, please remind me in the comments. Izzy, if you're watching, you need these. And then going back into LV, which was the orange colour. Booked my nails for the wedding, treating myself to some really nice nails. I want it to be more of an experience, so I've booked somewhere really nice, like sort of indie kind of nail place that uses like really high quality stuff, like, you know, so I've booked that. It's not going to be cheap, but I just thought, you know what, for your wedding, and it would be nice if they still looked good when we're doing our like little mini honeymoon. So we are 15 minutes in and I'm probably going to be done with the matte soon. That's how well this palette blends out. It's always like the this is just the yellow again. These looks will look 1,000 times better once the rest of my face is on. I'm going to take, this brush is filthy, but it is what it is. White Party, which is the white in this. I'm just going to tap this out because I really don't want to dull the yellow down too much. I'm just going to blend. So I always do this last after I've done my double building of colour. I could have gone into a third build of colour, but me, ain't nobody got time for that. Looking at this on camera, I'm gonna add some black to this actually. I just feel like it's not enough. You know what, I'm talking like I don't know what pigment I'm going to use. I know exactly what I'm going to use on the eye, so let's put this down. But yeah, I'm going to grab a bit of black because it's much darker in person than it looks on camera, but I just need to add a bit more depth to this, I really do. So I'm just taking Abyss, which is the black. I have used this before, but I'm really going to... See, I knew that this was a very pigmented black shade. And I'm definitely applying this with the completely wrong brush. What is wrong with me? Just need to get it on, really, and then I'm literally in the pan like that because I don't want it to take over. I just need it to add some depth. I'm going to take the brush I used to blend the sort of cerise colour out with. Just realised the shade that I'm going to use is like to do over is going to be easy and I don't need to do any cuts. So there we have that. See, this is why I'm always nervous to add black, because now I feel like I've added way too much. So I'm just going to go back in with medium rare and pack that over the top to sort of customise the colour that I want. Okay, next, so one of my favourites that I've been using nearly every day for work, even if it's not this colour, it's this formula. Have I dried this out? No, I haven't, thank God. Is one of my KVD Dazzle sticks. So that's it. Let me give you a good swatch. So that's it on my hand. I actually normally wear these alone with a bit of bronzer underneath them on the eye. But they are fantastic. They stay on my eyelids all day. I mean, look at that. They're just so easy to use. And they have like multi-dimensions to them. They're not like multi-chromes necessarily, but they're not just one sort of, obviously, I would never call a metallic a flat colour, but they're not just one colour. Like this has a bit of green to it in the glitter, a bit of like very yellowy gold. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful colour. And because you know that I love like myself a burgundy and a pink, like a purple, that this is literally perfect for me. Like I use it so much. And it's very easy to wear, very easy to apply. And this is literally what I do, is I just pat it out. Obviously it looks much darker over this darker base than how I normally wear it, which I am like literally living for. So I'm just going to tap that out like that. So I'm glad I darkened up the base, because that's given this a really, like a sort of amazing sort of platform to really shine from. I'm so thirsty. I should why didn't I get a drink? I'm just going to take this little brush. I'm just going to do a quick blenderoo and literally just to make it that a little bit more seamless. So just so easy to use. We are at 24 minutes, so that's not bad for a non-boring eye look. I really need to wipe off my hands. I'm just going to wipe them on my trousers. And a primer that I've really been enjoying. Yes, a primer. I need to moisturise my face quickly. So I've been using the number 7 Hydroluminous Water Surge Gel when I sit down to do my makeup. What I use day to day is a little different at the moment. I'm using something that has salicylic acid in it. Anyway, I'll get into that in a different video. But that's expensive and I don't really want to waste it. This is still fantastic. I still really, really rate this. If you're looking for a great affordable primer for an oily skin type, this leaves you feeling like really, really hydrated, but it's oil free. So you're not getting that sort of awful greasy feeling, and you can use as much of it as it likes, and it sinks in really fast. So I really like it for that reason. And often when I'm going to work, I use this instead of a primer. Right, and then I'm going to use the Touche Eclat Blur Primer. You've all seen this. I acquired it recently. Did not purchase it, but I acquired it. My God, is she nice. I get the hype. Would I ever buy this myself? Absolutely bloody not. But there we have it. So I'm super pory across the nose and across the cheeks. This is super blurring. My face feels super smooth. I've worn it a few times. I have not broken out. I would never put this directly on my face. I would always put it over a moisturiser, just in case. Not that a moisturiser adds much of a barrier, but you get me. So I'm just getting that where I have a bit of texture, more texture, and any leftover bits, just get it everywhere else on my face. But skin feels so smooth, so blurred. Right, what skin are we doing? Do you guys want a full coverage? Or you know what, I'm going to use my NARS Soft Matte, because when I wear it to work, I've been getting so many compliments. I probably shouldn't wear it to work since we don't, or should I wear one that I also been loving, which is my Huda Luminous Faux Filter Luminous Matte. Let's do a little mixeroo. So I like the single layer of makeup at the moment. That's been a real trend. I do not have a wet sponge, for fuck's sake, I do need it. Anyway, let's just do this first. So let's use an alternative. You guys absolutely know I absolutely love my Bare Minerals one. So I'm going to take my Cash Beauty Island Vibes bronzer in Island Vibes. Still, do I use my Fenty? You know what, I'm going to use this. I've been using this more. The Fenty's still quite new to me. Sure, anyone that's a TikToker that likes to look on TikTok has seen this. This is very much a trust the process that's about to happen. I swear I have not taken total leave of my senses here. I promise that this is going to turn out looking good. I've not been so into a cool toned contour at the moment. I've been into more of the bronzed look when it comes to sculpting. If I feel like I need a bit of cool toned contour, I'll do that after, but I haven't been finding I need it as much. Really, what am I trying to say? A concealer that I've really been enjoying, and I bet I'm not going to be able to find because I am an absolute disaster. Yes, I am. Right, I'm just going to use my Too Faced Born This Way because I absolutely love this. This is one of the best concealers, if not the best concealer I've ever used. So I'm just put a bit there. Avoid the eye look. I can always correct anything. And it goes up. And let's get a bit of cream blusher on. Again, I'm going to use my Cash Beauty in, which is it's called Burnt Cherry. I'm not convinced once everything's on that this ever shows up that well on me, but I'm going for it. It's probably not the best thing to do with a fuller coverage foundation like I'm about to do, but can't have it all. What did I say I was going to use? I'm going to mix these two together. I don't know where my little mixing palette is. Are you anywhere close to hand? So I'm going to take 1 pump, 2 pumps-ish of the and just a little, okay, they are literally the same colour pretty much, of the NARS. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take my little concealer brush that I've been using to, I'm just going to use this in like where I've got space. Oh, my sponge is there, but it's not wet. Here goes nothing. So I always do the bottom of here first, because once that sets, the NARS, this new NARS is definitely my favourite out of their foundations. I'm not a massive fan of the Radiant Longwear. I like it, I'll wear it, but it's not my absolute favourite by any stretch of the imagination. I have a feeling that I should probably like do revisiting old favourites, because I still have like my like Laura Mercier, and I haven't used that in absolutely ages, and that she's still one of my, and my first video that I ever did that was privated, where I just did a get ready with me using my favourites, I used my Laura Mercier in that, and I haven't used it in ages. Honestly, it's because I was running out a little bit and I didn't want to waste it because she is expensive. But now that I've really built, and at the time actually, she was one of my only high-end foundations, if not my only one. I think I only had that and Double Wear, so I didn't want to use too much of it, apart from my work foundation, which at the time when I was working for Bare Minerals was Bare Pro. So yeah, so I didn't use it for ages, but then now I haven't used it for so long that I feel like I'm past due trying it again. So using this sponge isn't even wet. I hardly ever use a completely damp sponge anymore. I feel like I get a cleaner finish with a really not wet sponge at all. It's like not even, I wouldn't even call it damp, but it's not completely dry. I'm just going to grab a little bit more of my bronzer. I'm just absolutely obsessed with looking super bronzed, even to the point where I might look a little orange. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. Let's get more of my forehead. Stick a bit more of my nose. Let's get a little bit under there. I will take it off my lips. Foundation lips is not a vibe by any stretch of the imagination. The foundation brush I used was a Beauty Bay BB 109. It was my cleanest out of my few, which, trust me, is not saying much. Right, excuse me. So I pumped out way too much foundation. I am going to set my under eye. I'm just going to make sure that my under eyes are like really blended out. So I'm still absolutely loving my Fenty Beauty powder. I have not found anything that I like as much as this for my under eye, and I've recently been using a sponge again to do this. This is the Coloured Rain sponges, so they do get much bigger than this. It's just because I don't use them completely damp. So I don't bake. I'm literally just going to press this into my skin. It is so blaring. It is so flattering on my skin. It feels so lightweight. I know that it's, oh, my nose is itchy, that it's said that it's not as finely milled as like Huda and Laura Mercier, which is fair, but I still like this so much. Actually, I potentially like it more than Laura Mercier. I don't know, I feel like it, maybe because it's not as finely milled, it doesn't sink into my fine lines as much. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm just going to use that to set where I would get really oily. And what I do, I'm about to go out like, what I'll do to the rest of my face, I would go out like this, but I wouldn't go to work because it wouldn't be enough for work. So if I was going out and about, I'm not going to use my Urban Decay All-Nighter because that's a waste. But this is still good, my Maybelline Lasting Fix. I'm just going to... spray with this. And then I'm going to set the rest of my face. And I love using the Bare Minerals Illuminating Mineral Veil. Especially if I've got a really matte foundation on, which I do. Well, a combination of two very matte foundations. I find that because I've been really taking good care of my skin, that I can... What the hell? There's a hair stuck to that brush. I can really get away with... using less powder when I'm going out, because I don't mind if I start looking a bit oily as long as I'm not greasy like an absolute grease ball. I don't mind if I look like luminous. This is a lot of makeup I have on, by the way. I mean a lot. So it's like more or less set. This is more of a finishing powder than a setting powder, I would say. Dry skin girls, combo leaning dry, this is your best friend. This is your best friend. Buy this. Buy this. And let's go into a bit of bronzing. So I've really been loving, and I really hope, yes, I do have it to hand, my Glowish by Huda Beauty Tan Light Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. This is what it looks like inside. I really love it. Little fact, no two of these will ever look the same. They've all got individual prints in the middle of them. I'm just gonna really, because it's such a lovely like soft radiant, it is radiant, but there's no glitter in this. It doesn't deposit any glitter to your face. It's more like it just you know, some matte bronzers that can look quite chalky on the skin. This isn't necessarily like what I'd call super radiant. I've got more radiant blushes and bronzers than this. I just think it's super flattering. So it's not flat matte, it's not like shiny, it's just, I can't describe it. It's a very unique formula. It's like, and I've got it in the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze, I'd say it's the most similar to in terms of finish, and this is discontinued, so this is a good answer to this. So I use this a lot outside of work, and I use this when I'm going to work quite frequently. And another real fave of mine has been the Essence Dark Contour Duo. I have to admit, I'm super impressed by this. I actually can get away with the lighter of the two shades, or just go between the two. I can't just use the dark on my own, on its own. I'm literally doing a really soft contour. I've definitely gotten out of the habit of enjoying a really heavy contour look. But do tell me, you know, what do people think? I'm definitely liking the more bronzed look, that's for sure. I still love a good contour, like, don't get me wrong, don't get me twisted. Your girl still likes to be snatched, but, you know, bronzing is really taking... I'm sorry, I'm looking at this flickering light in my ring light. It's really taking me different places, and places that I want to be. As you can see, the cream blush has kind of disappeared, but I wanted to more show you the method. I'm just trying to figure out what blush I'm going to use. I don't want to use the same blush that I use every single time that I do my makeup. But I like what I like. I like what I like. So I'm going to use my Cover FX blush because I really think it goes with this look. I'm not going to use my same usual... or do I want to use my Nabla Skin Glazing? very similar. Tell you what, I'll use a bit of this, and if I still think I need a bit more, I'll use a bit of that. So yeah, I like it on this angled brush, and I'm just gonna, the other day I used way too much of this because it is very pigmented actually, and one does not like to look like a clown. And I do have the face shape where it is better for me to pull up, but I still need something inside, you know, on my actual cheeks. So I just still do what I used to do. I just take it further up the cheekbone. And I did this before it became like fashionable to take it snatched upwards. I thought it always made sense to follow the line of my contour. I'm just using the more the satiny sort of side, the more glowy side as well. Yeah, it always made sense to me to pull it up. Like, what's the point in chiseling your cheeks and just shoving a blob there? It's never made sense to me. Excuse me. Here we go. It's just a nice flush. You know, I'm never one for crazy amounts of blush. I still love my Taj Mahal, my really orange one. I've not used it in a while because I'm so close to hitting pan. I'm actually going to use my Nabla as well. It's a little paler, but it's super glowy. This is definitely more of like a highlighter. On a darker skin tone, this would be the most beautiful highlight. So I might look crazy blushed on camera, but trust me when I say I'm not in person. I look like sun-kissed, like where the sun's hit me a bit not sunburnt, because that's not necessarily flattering. I'm going to use an old favourite, not something that I've been using so much recently, but I absolutely loved when I originally got it, and I'm mad at myself that I haven't been using it enough. So I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill loose highlighter in the shade Bomb. This is from when she used to be available on Morphe UK, or well, Morphe full stop. Yeah, and she isn't anymore, which is a shame. But this is the old packaging, so I'm going to take this on a big fluffy brush and sweep it across my cheeks. I think with something like this, which is so intense, if you use it in too much of a concentrated space with a small brush, I think it definitely can look way too much. And I still use my like Bare Minerals style of way of using loose things, which is definitely the best way, is swill, tap, and then buffing it up is absolutely the best way to use something like this. 100%. And using a bigger brush as well, I find it really avoids getting that really awful cast. So yeah, this is my little tip from me to you about that. My mineral veil on with, and then just if I didn't have enough glow as it was, I'm going to spray my face again. I would normally use Fix Plus, but again, I'm not going to waste that. I would like a Primark dupe of them, the Fix Pluses, but I can't find them anywhere, and I'm a little scared they'll break me out. I'm going to use my Too Faced Turn Up the Light in medium complexion enhancing highlighting palette. So it's got 3 different formulas: Glow, Soft Focus, Dazzle. So I like to go into the soft focus, really get my brush in there, and literally go to town and buff everything out. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. Skin looks good. To be honest, my skin has been looking the best it has. Touch wood. I do not manifest any negative energy regarding my skin, thank you. Best it's ever looked in a while, touch wood again. I feel like my skincare is really on point. I've made a couple of changes since my last skincare video, but my last skincare video, everything in that is still valid. I've just added a few bits and bobs. If anything, it's even more bougie, it's even more ridiculous. But yeah, I'm just really taking good care of my skin. I'm 30 next year. I just really want to make sure that I look how I look now for a few years to come. That would be great. Yeah. Okay, so let's get a brush out. So I'm just going to get a little one, little-ish one, which is a Jessup 223 Petite Eye Blender, and I'm going to take a bit of black on that. I'm just going to run that directly straight into the sort of under eye waterlining area. And I barely tapped in there, and always tap off. And then really just blend it nicely underneath the eye. God, I hope this looks nice when I look back filming. I think one of the things with everything that's been going on with me recently, I'm just going to take this same brush I packed medium rare on with, which was the first sort of cerise coloured. I think with everything that's going on, a massive thing that I've lost is lost some levels of confidence, but also gained some as well. I've gained a lot of perspective, I should say, rather than confidence, where I no longer care as much what people think. And I'm no longer going to stay silent where I previously would have, and just let things eat away at me and let myself be upset by things that on the grand scheme of things mean very in the grand scheme of things mean very little in my life. You know, I've got more important things that have happened that are going on to allow myself to be upset about stuff. So I think in a way that what's happened has really helped me sort of gain a bit of perspective about things. So yeah, I hope that made a bit of sense. But you know, and how would people feel about me starting to do a bit of commentary on my channel? Not necessarily like drama channel-y, but I really want to talk about like stuff that's happened in the beauty industry, maybe a bit of MLM-y sort, and talk about MLMs maybe, stuff that I'm interested in. A nude eyeliner, which is a Rimmel one, which I find is pretty great. So you can see, very creamy, easy to use. I go between really not liking a nude eyeliner and really loving it. I have big eyes. Like, I'm not under any illusion that my eyes aren't big, because they are. So sometimes I think that it looks a bit freaky. It will look weird until I've done my mascara and stuff like that. So I try to be a little bit careful with how I use and when I use my nude eyeliner, but I think that it looks nice with this sort of look. And definitely, I'm just sharpening my black one. So I always use black on the top waterline. I use so I always do black on my upper waterline. I think that it looks really seamless, and because my eyes are so, I've got quite chunky eyelids. Once I start doing my mascara and stuff like that, you can see quite a lot of my like waterline in pictures sometimes, and I don't like seeing like a bit of thick fleshiness. That sounds wrong. I just, yeah, I don't love that on me. Another new favourite is the KVD Vegan Beauty Tattoo Liner. Where has this been all my life? I've said that I didn't like it. I think the one that I must have tried before must have been like a bum one. So I'm just going to literally use this to just line my waterline before I do my lashes and mascara. 10 out of 10. Would buy. Did not buy this. Anyway, it's a long story. Well, not even a long story, but to do with my job. Yeah. Let's do, before I go off camera to do my lashes, I'm just going to take off my foundation that's on my lips. I should probably use a cheaper primer to do this, but I'm just going to try and see if it'll work with primer. Yeah. A little bit less harsh on my lips, since I don't use makeup wipes. It's a little bit harsh on my less harsh on my lips than using, well, what I was using is eye makeup remover a lot of the time. And I've been fully talked out of having my lips done, which I like how a lot of my friends' lips look with like lip plumpering. I think it looks beautiful. My friend Lucy in particular, her lips, the way that whoever did her lips, wow, they look amazing. So I'm just gonna add a bit of. This is just a Too Faced lip plumper. And I find it really does work. So I'm just going to let that settle. I'm going to pop off, pop some eyelashes, mascara and eyelashes on, and I'll come back and we'll have a little chatteroo. So I shall see you shortly. We are back, lashes on, and I've taken my hair out of its heatless curlers. I only had it in for like an hour, but yeah, you can see that it does give me a bit of a wave. It would give me better curls, and then I'd always sort of brush my fingers through them. Lashes are TGH in the style Angelic. They're my absolute favourite lash brand. I'm yet to find a lash from them that I don't enjoy. They are absolute babes. They are the first PR list that I ever made it on. They reshare me. They like my photos. They are just really supportive brand, like absolutely amazing. Like even before I made their PR, I still purchase from them frequently and still do and will purchase from them. Like if I need something, I mean, I could probably ask, but I'm not cheeky. I might ask them for some lashes for my wedding, actually. I think I might get my makeup artist to use. I actually really like these ones that I've got on quite a lot. They're one of my favourites. They're super out. I just caught my... I have not applied them very well. They're super wispy. So they almost look like hybrid like lashes that you can get put on, like, I don't know, like semi-permanent lashes. I don't know what you call them. I'm not great at these things. I'm trying to figure out what lip are we doing, people. You know what? I have to use my Cash Beauty Rust Nude, my absolute favourite lip liner. And I recently got shared on their Instagram, which was just such a huge deal for me. Massive, massive, massive. Like, I was so flattered. It was, yeah, such, oh my God. And they are so my aesthetic, that brand as well. So it's great. I do have the new palette. Do we have a bit of overlining going on? Yes. Yes, we do. I have freckles on my lips. That's what the marks are. I know it's a bit weird since you can't... I am very freckled, actually. You just can't see them that well on the rest of my face. If I went on holiday, I'd come back extremely freckled. Freckles are beautiful, though. I love freckles. And then I might just use a Cash Beauty lipstick. I think I'm going to use Rust Nude that goes with this liner. It's, again, like my perfect nude. Oop. Oh. I just love it. I just think it's so beautiful. Oh God, my overlining is way off, but it's fine. I'll fix it. I'm going to use the Cash Beauty lip gloss in Starlight. This is almost like a clear gloss, but it's not quite clear. So the colour is perfect for this, absolutely perfect. So there we have it. I could easily make a few more like favorites videos for like current favorites of 2021. You know, and if you want that, do tell, and I'm more than happy to oblige. I think Shop My Stash is probably going to come next. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do next. I think like it's going to be really fun, especially as I'm on this no buy that I really don't want to break. I'm like, that Beauty Bay palette. No, Rebecca. Don't be a div. Don't be stupid. So yeah, let me know what you think of the look. I know it's a very typical Rebecca look. It was quick, it was easy with the sort of very 90s nude lip. I think that the skin looks great. I think the combination of those two foundations is really good together. I love that primer. I think it made my skin look super smooth. Everything I've used multiple times, apart from the primer, which is quite new to me, but multiple times. Tried, tested, true for me. So yeah, they're absolutely like a thumbs up from me. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my name linked up as usual for you. A big thank you to my fantastic patrons. I love you guys for sticking with me through thick and thin. We've got a lovely little WhatsApp group, Rebecca's Reporters, and we sort of chew the fat. They listen to me moan. They look at the TikToks and memes that I send them. They give me great advice. They're just, I love them. Love them. I'll leave my Patreon link down below as well for you, but no pressure to join. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd absolutely love to have you here. Do my best to upload as much as I can, but as I said, I am quite busy. Yeah, do give me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.